Morning, everybody. Michelle is here. It's Wednesday, and I think it's May the 25th, but we're not going to worry about it. Everything's documented on the cell phone as far as the dates are concerned. And keep in mind, people can go in there and fudge around with the dates and try to change the dates of when their videos were posted to give the illusion that they were posted at a certain day in the future versus being recorded in the past and blah blah blah. People do that all the time, but there is a way to know when people have uploaded their videos and the actual original date, and I'm sure YouTube knows that. So because you're going to get a lot of people that are just playing games and being manipulative about their information, and everyone is in a competition to claim that they put out content before this person or put out content before that person and blah blah blah. It's all about positioning, competition, and stepping all over people, and all for the purpose of what in the end, which is which is something that whoever participates in that type of behavior will have to answer for themselves and resolve, because it is a character flaw to always want to be on top, to be in the center of attention all the time. And we all have family members like that as well. We all have friends like that. Everybody, that they just have to be the center of the attention. The damsel in the distress and blah blah blah. So unfortunately, that kind of behavior is going to continue for as long as we are on social media. But I still like to put out videos, and give my theories and opinions, and hopefully to inspire someone, later in the future. Who knows? We don't know what with the artificial intelligence and everything else going on. Who knows what will happen to our content? But at least you can get it out there. Get it out there. Let it be said. Let it be done. And let the future, let the future be. Because for some people there is a certainty, especially if you put in the work. And then for a lot of people there is a lot of uncertainty because of the lack of attention to things that should have been taken care of, like and the people that are wrapped up in a lot of stress and anxiety. I can guarantee, or I can say that it's possibly because of complacency and waiting until the last minute, procrastination, and just putting a whole lot of unnecessary stress on yourself. So just enjoy the moments. For some of us, like myself, and I'm going to put it out there, I'm doing the best I can to enjoy every moment that I'm given to enjoy, and I am. Sometimes it's difficult because you have to. We all are supposed to be working cohesively together, but we're not. There's just a whole lot of disturbance all over the planet. Our thoughts are all over the place. Our behavior and our thoughts, we're just full of contradictions, and that's going to be exposed. And I'm so thankful for that. And that's another thing too. When someone's doing videos, you can always go back and say, okay, this is what this person says. This is the action though. So all of it is going to line itself up at some point in the future where, there's a lot of young people, more specifically, as they are aging, they're going to realize the contradictions and the majority of the information that's out there, and they'll be able to dismiss it and not be concerned about it. So, and that's part of thinking as well. When I first started, this so-called spiritual movement, I got myself mixed up with a whole lot of theories and opinions of others, which some of them turned out to be pure fraud. Some of them turned out to be just regurgitation of nothing. But at the same time, you do have to build yourself up to truth. You have to build yourself up to the truth. That means you're going to have to swim through the swamps of lies and deception and manipulation too. You're going to lose finances. You're going to waste your finances. You're going to be wasting time, effort, and energy. But you need to do that. Okay. I didn't just stumble upon the truth. I had to build myself up because the truth is there. Okay. But I still had to build myself up to know the difference between the truth and untruth. Okay. What is fraud versus what is not, or genuine information. So it takes a building up. And a lot of people don't want to do that, obviously. We've gotten down to where we only want to pay attention to 7 seconds of videos. So, whereas before, people could sit down and listen to stuff for hours on end, learning, because that's how I learned. I used to, because sometimes my eyes get tired, or, reading. So I'll like to listen to stuff, and I'll listen to stuff from hours on end, and think clearly and effective about what I'm learning. So it's a process. Okay. And you're gonna get all these false teachers coming through. And I'm hoping, which I don't like to say, but I'm hoping by the dawning of the age of Aquarius, all of that will be exposed and done with and over with. No one's going to even entertain all this manipulation and deception and garbage out there. But you need to go through and listen to everyone's point of view and develop your own. You don't need to be following no one per se. When I say follow them as if they're your leader or something. No one's your leader. We're all equal. Okay. Follow them to get information, because I've done that for years, and I've given thanks to shout out some time ago to people that I've gotten information from, because they help to build me. Okay. And you have to know when it's time to cut the string, cut the umbilical cord, and go out there and create your own stuff. Okay. And stop all of this being cowardly in a group with people. That's what a lot of people do. They're cowards, and so they want to be hidden in a group with people. And online makes that so possible. Where someone can be can masquerade as this and that and the other, because they know they're so remote that no one's going to be able to get to them to know that they're just complete fraud. And that's why a lot of people got away with ghosting. That's why ghosting is so popular, because you have no idea who you're talking to, and we all can be manipulated. I said that. I've had my share of manipulations, only to laugh about it. Like, oh my gosh, how did I fall for that? But I've been able to manage how I handle certain bits of information where, come on now, I'll allow it to penetrate into my feelings and my emotions. I just take it as, hey, it happens to the best of us, where we get mixed up in bullshit, get taken advantage of. And it's not fun when it's financial though, but hey, it happens. So enjoy the moments, have some experiences, laugh at yourself when you made a fool of yourself. And just know that you're gonna, in this day and age, we're dealing with more cowardice. There are more cowards than I've ever recognized. And what I mean by that is because of this ability to, like I said, hide behind a computer screen, hide behind a screen name, hide behind a false persona. People can create all kind of virtual realities, and and you can be stuck in the midst of it. But as I've said, whether I'm dealing with an android, an avatar, or AI, I stay genuine and I stay honest throughout, whoever I'm talking to, really. And I take a stand on things that I can possibly give an impact. But I know it's very little because of the overpopulation, the overconsumption, the attentional overwhelm. Nobody's really listening per se. They may, let's put it this way, they may be listening, but then it hasn't been processed yet. And at some point, it's gonna snap for them. They're gonna say, "Wait a second." And so that's the process of thinking. You just got to think it through yourself. Be comfortable in how you are managing your emotions, and make sure everything's neutralized. Your masculine and feminine. You understand those type of energies, and and the fluctuations, with the positive and the negative, and so forth and so on, and have fun with it. I do this for, as I said, because these are theories and opinions for entertainment purposes only. Because I know there's always going to be these gatekeepers out there. Like I said on the other video, that they have no life of their own. Nobody cares about them. Nobody calls them. Nobody goes by and check on them. Nobody wants to go out with them. And these are usually these feminine straight men. And they go by, and people call them incels. They are forced into they're forced into celibacy, and they hate it. And they blame women for it. They blame black people for it. They blame trans, and they blame gay people. And I mean, anything that they can to take all the pressure off of them, and not realizing it's all of them. It's their imagination, it's their fantasies, it's their over exaggeration of who they think they are, and it's always intellectually based. It's like thinking that just your intellect alone creates a whole complete human being. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. All because you can create technology, or you can create applications, and you can solve certain formulas. Come on. It's a complete package. Okay? Complete package that continually is developing. Okay, and the more you get in front of human beings, that's how you progress and be able to elevate in a more, in a less stressful way. You put too much stress on yourself when you think you are all of that. You are, you have all of this knowledge, and so what? Okay, so what? So a lot of people are going to commit suicide. Let me just be real honest. When they wake up and snap out of it and realize they've wasted their whole life on the fundamentals of their intellect, and not complete everything else. And they wonder why nobody wants to be around them. Nobody wants to talk to them per se. Nobody's checking on them, because it's going to get to a point where, due to the climate, some people are going to be forced to be by themselves, and they haven't dealt. And these are the type of people that haven't dealt with the complexities of being a genuine human being, and haven't dealt with the complexities of what it means to be alone and not lonely. It takes work, and that means accepting who you are, accepting what you see in the mirror, and getting closer and closer to reality. Okay, so a lot of people will be despondent, a lot of people will be depressed, and a lot of people will, think by ending their lives that's going to end the problem, which all it's going to do is compound it for the reincarnation of the human, the reincarnation of the next personality in your lineage. It's just going to compound it and make it virtually impossible to progress forward in developing. So, and then you just remain stagnant, and in an abyss, in a whirlpool forever, So enjoy the process, have fun. Don't go back and forth with these idiots. And this, when I say idiots, it's not a personal thing. It's just their behavior. Don't go back and forth with that type of energy, if you want to call it, online. Some of them just wanting to feed information out of you, or want to get into debates with you because they're lonely. They are lonely. And so they want to fight and argue and go back and forth and waste their day on, being right and being self-righteous and, you know, you know, entertain. I mean, it's entertainment, yes, but ignore it and work on yourself and accept that you are, a genuinely developing, evolving human being. And you know that at the end of the day, it is about love. It's about universal love, which is action and behaviors towards others, towards the environment. That's what it's about. And a lot of people do not have the courage to admit that. Okay, it means going out and helping your community. It means going out and, getting in a job, where you're dealing with all walks of life, dealing with all different aspects of cultures. That's why, at one time I wanted to do that. What was that? I can't remember the title of it, but you travel all over the country and help people. I don't want to do that now. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but you go to different countries and you understand their cultures. Was it Peace Corps? I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. But you can get a feel and an understanding of, okay, how everybody's dealing with their situations in life and their the extreme poor, the extreme rich, this and that and the other, so that you understand that we are all in this together. Okay, we are all in this together. No one ought to be above you, and definitely below you. I think we treat people below us worse than or our presumption of that they are below us. We do more damage that way, because it feels good to think that you're better than anybody else when you deal with people that have that coward mentality, and so they bestow themselves as being more than they are, and they feel so good that people are looking up to them and praising them and their knowledge and their bullshit persona. It's just a bullshit persona. It's not even a real personality. And then you talk to these people face to face, and that's how I pick it up. I used to pick that shit up all the time when I used to work on the road. All this contradiction. They're media, they're a star on social media, but you go into their houses and you see what's really going on. Okay? You'll see what's really, really going on. Okay, and then when family members do the same thing, go in and check on these people, they see what's going on as well. And they attempt to intervene, but when you're dealing with an adult, that's the most difficult, to let them know that you're not in reality. Okay, are you looking around in your environment? Okay, and understanding. Okay, that social media is just that. It's just a virtual reality for some. It's information for me. That's what I get out of social media. I get information, and then I use it to help me to think better, to understand better, and to build myself and my confidence. And and it's about development and having fun in the process. Okay, whoever turned it into what it is, that is out of our control, because we all were asleep on that. We were all complacent and procrastinating, and we allowed the social media to become a monster that we cannot control with the best of circumstances, except to get off of it and hope to repair how we severed interpersonal relationships with people, by going out and actually physically being with someone or talking with someone face to face and having conversations. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that series of words coming out of my mouth. And I hope you enjoy your day, enjoy each other, and just know that we're all in this together. Okay? I want to send peace and love all over the universe. And trust me, I'll be back.